Hey, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. We're going to give everyone a few minutes to jump in the chat room. We were a little late to the game and didn't post it. Our show was tonight till a little bit ago, so hopefully you guys are going to catch it and jump on. Anytime that happens, please check back with us. Or actually even better, set your notifications when we do go live. That way you know when we're going live for the show. So we're going to wait for Instagram to join us. We're getting ready to start the live show. We're setting this up right now. Hi, everybody. Hi, Instagram. All right. Hi in the chat room, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. If you're missing the fun visuals and sound, you can always stream with us live on Facebook and YouTube. All right, here we go. Welcome with us this Wednesday evening, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for the Tribe of Eden True Version Show. We are so glad to be streaming live with all of you here in the chat room, both on Facebook, YouTube, as well as Instagram. Thank you for joining us. We have a hot topic today, but first, let's say hi to Walker. Hi, Walker.
Hi, Motherella.
How are you? How's things?
Good.
Yeah, what's been going on?
Just, your average side of chaos.
Average side of chaos. I kind of like tonight's show topic. I like how you came up with that name. Sometimes he comes up with these nifty names. Why don't we tell him what's the topic tonight?
The topic is root shell chakra. Play on words there for everyone there.
Yeah. Shell
shock
is spelled shock, S-H-O-C-K, ra. Chakra. So we have some interesting, what's the word? Insight shifts, movements occurring all around, especially here in our state. I don't know about your state, but it is a friggin' ghost town. It's a ghost town. People are waking the fuck up and saying, I am not doing this. The answer is no. I've lived here my whole life, and I don't think I've seen as many help wanted signs. In fact, one of our favorite places, which I'm not going to say the name, had a sign on the door that said, having trouble finding staff. We are only open certain hours of the day. So I don't think this is happening in the red states, to be honest. I just feel like it's happening in some of the what I call in bed with Biden states. And I don't usually get political, but when you're in a state that you're constantly up against resistance and you're seeing the bullshit firsthand, I think I have a right to my own opinion. And my opinion is when you're in bed with Biden, you're going to put up these fucking rules and destroy the entire economy while you're making a huge profit. No, profit. Hence the word profit mixed with dick.
There it is, people.
Profit.
There it is, everyone.
Yeah, I can say it,
So what are we looking at on a global scale right now?
we're looking at a lot of people finally standing up, and they waited to the last minute, which is great, but better late than never. But we're watching these mass exoduses from people saying the answer is no. Because at the end of the day, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and this is, the Tribe of Eden show. So I feel like if you're watching, then you must like what we have to say or what our work is. And most of the time we're not biased. We don't bring up a lot of political, swaying of one end to the other, because then the truth is that both parties are both fucked up. So it doesn't matter what your political stance is. However, when you're watching a clown show, because that's exactly what we're watching, and living in a state where the clowns are actually playing the character, it makes it very difficult to survive. So a lot of people, we have a lot of friends and people we know with small businesses that are closing their doors and walking away. And that is not by coincidence. And when you go from 8 million in debt from a year ago to 194 million in debt 1 year later, that might kind of give you a signal or a sign that something is not working. And the mass exodus isn't just jobs. It is people leaving the states that have these draconian laws that are just literally suffocating people to the point where they can't even survive. I mean, it's getting worse by the day. And so to watch me as a patriot personally, to watch people coming together, no matter if you got the juice, didn't get the juice, are liberal, Democrat, Republican, conservative, whatever you call yourself, both sides are finally coming together to say no more. Because at the end of the day, we are the majority. There's only 10% of the world in the elite status of government that is controlling all this. And the 1%. Other, what is it?
1%.
1%.
Less than 1%.
Oh, that's right. I said 10%. Less than 1%. 99% of us are in control. So it stops when we say no. And, spirit, we do a lot of predictions in the Tribe of Eden. We don't do them on social media or on the show anymore because we're tired of the fucking censorship. But we said months ago, spirit was very clear on warning us, be ready, USA. Be ready, because you are getting hit hard at the end, because everyone, and they use the word, spirit used the word entitled for months, and to the point where even Walker and I got in a little bicker about it a few times. And I just, I stood my ground and how my inner knowing was. And and here we are 3.5 months later, exactly how spirit said it would align. So I don't know. At this point, it's like, we're not here to wake people up anymore. I have no desire to do that. My job is not to help humanity anymore to wake up. That is not my sole mission. Now, my mission is, how do we consciously exit the dome to live the vibrationally best, authentic life we're meant to have, and say, this isn't in my timeline. I mean, a lot of what I see happening does not reside in my timeline. In my timeline, I don't have this crap going on. I just don't. So, the app's like doing all these crazy things. Okay.
What does the speaker mean? I
have no idea. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to play with Instagram a minute here.
So what the collective is experiences like a collective root chakra, the identities of what everybody thought they were and who they were, especially in association with their job. Like, oh, who are you? Oh, I'm a pilot. Or who are you? I'm a personal trainer. Or who are you? I'm a nurse. That's not who one is. It's simply what they do. But the false association of their job or their career being who they are is now being completely shocked out of them, shocked to the point where people are having to make a decision, because all of the everything that's happening is actually creating an existential crisis. It's creating an identity crisis with the country, with businesses, with people, with corporations. There is an identity crisis going on, and that is because where the identity is stored is in the root chakra. So there's individual identity crisis going on because people, back when this wasn't really apparent, they couldn't see that this was the way the world was going, decided to hide their head in the sand and just keep doing whatever their job was. Oh, that'll never happen to me. Or no, that the government would never do that. Or I work for the government. I have job security. All of these things are being uprooted. And that is what's causing a shock in the root chakra. And it is a shell shock. It is creating a PTSD type of, no, why are we being forced? This doesn't make any sense. Everyone is having to create a new identity. Everyone is having to find their true identity, both individually and collectively. As a people, we're redefining and reevaluating what it means to be human. I mean, because the agenda is to merge us with machines. So we are at a turning point. We are at a crossroads here where people are saying no because they like being human. In fact, they actually want to express and explore what it is to be human because that has been so manipulated. Well, what could we do as humans, right? They say, oh, the problem with this world is humans, that they destroy this world. No. What it is to be the soulless do.
The beings without souls,
or the ones that are robotic,
destroy this world,
completely, like those extremely dense 3D individuals that are so busy thinking about their life and their trauma and everything that they think that they are. They don't see the bigger picture. Those are the ones that unwittingly and unconsciously destroy the planet because humans believe in unity. The true thing of what it means to be human is empathic. You're empathic towards the place that you stay in, the connection with, with matter, the connection with being a carbon life form. You have a connection with carbon-based life form. You have a connection with other carbon-based life form. There's such a connection there that humans seek unity, not greed, not violence, not all this. That's all the human conditioning. And this is where that human conditioning that has been subconsciously programmed into the system as a collective and individually it's being pushed out into the surface. And people are going crazy. People are feeling so lost and confused, but they're deciding to make a stance. And in making that stance, standing in their sovereignty is allowing a vibration to finally figure out who they really are and what combination of traits and characteristics make them who they are. They're starting to figure out standing in their sovereignty is about being, not doing. They're a human being. They're not supposed to be forced into these doing things to become something.
I actually saw people posting, we've been doing a great job of staying off social media, but there are times we have to do a little bit of research for some of the work we do. And while I was on my search hunt,
Dogs going down slides. That was my research. That's all I did. These dogs were having a blast going down this slide.
I actually wanted to hop on that slide with the dogs. But if we were to have a human slide like that.
Yeah, just everyone on a playground.
Oh no, they'd have to slide down 6 feet apart. So that'd be kind of boring. So that's not going to work on a unity slide like that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking around. I was going to say, and now I don't remember.
Oh no.
So
that's my fault.
No, that's all right. It's definitely not your fault.
So you had to do a little bit of research on Instagram is what you said.
Oh, I actually saw people posting for Southwest to get their shit together. Anyone, I saw like maybe 20 plus posts like that. And I was laughing because they did get their shit together. And you know how they did it? they decided to walk out and say no more. So they do actually have their shit together.
I don't care what the company's stance is on it.
Yeah,
I care about the people.
Yeah. I care about the ones with souls, which are called humans.
Mm-hmm.
And
Humans.
to cater to your needs to fly out on time when you are having people put their lives and at risk by being forced to do something, your body, your choice when it comes to aborting a baby, but it's not our body, our choice when it comes to a vaccine. Give me a fucking break. Stop the hypocrisy. And let's all just get together here and move the fuck on. All right. It's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. There's all these hypocrites. You say one thing and then you say another thing. It's like, get it together.
Say one thing, do another.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Say one thing, do another. So I thought it was quite comical as I was scrolling through. I ended up following whoever wrote that because there was like 20 people that I was writing. And some of them were like spiritual teachers and stuff. And I'm like, fuck off.
Quote, unquote.
Spiritual teachers. So I was like, fuck off, and I was so proud of them. And, I back, just like I back the blue, I back, I have pilots in my own life. I have clients and stuff like that. I have tons of flight attendants and, kudos to them. Kudos to them. When you do this business and you're doing readings and you get real people with real stories and you're hearing the truth, it's okay to have a stance like we have because we have the real people talking, not media, shunning everything and hiding and giving you the false illusion and perception of what's going on. We actually have people who are actually in the issues that call us for guidance and help and hope. And now we're doing these cellular vitalities like crazy because so many people were forced to get the juice and now they're freaking the fuck out because they're symptomatic. They're not feeling well. They're all sick. Their minds aren't the same. They're getting disconnected. Like they don't even know. Half of their families are dying. Like these are real people talking to us. It's not like we're making it up and we're coming on here for conspiracy. These are people who have issues. So we're working through these cellular vitalities now, which cannot reverse an mRNA, but what it can do is help alleviate some of the toxicity, the residual toxicity, but it won't change the damage that has been done. I want to make that clear. So, so it's really interesting when you're in the actual heat of it with the real people going through this. And, we've had tons of people tell us we're quitting. We've had to, at least especially in my readings, we've had people saying, just so you know, I'm quitting. And what do you see for me? Or how, what can I do to, start my own business or do these other things? I mean, at least they're prepping and preparing for themselves and their families to take action and do something else and get themselves into a space where they don't have to answer to anyone but themselves. So kudos to those people.
Working for businesses and corporations that actually, they respect personal sovereignty.
Yeah.
Those businesses that are saying, no, we're not losing business because we respect other people's sovereignty. And they'd be stupid not to because they're losing. What we said, what was this, 5-6 months ago? There is no phase 5.
There is no phase 5.
Phase 4 is where they pull out all the stops. And we told you it's going to fail because that's when everyone stands up and says, okay, you told me if I did this, I could do this. Now I can't. You told me if I did this, I would be privileged and have some of this. You told me. They realize the more that they give away, the more that they take from them because it's like, well, you were so easy to give that away. Well, I'll just take more from you. People are starting to say enough is enough. And people don't even care what the talking points are about the actual thing going on. They don't want to hear it.
I feel like they're doing the enough is enough too, because if you remember the predictions, we talked about it's do or die now. Like it's like
they have to pull out all the stops.
There is no option. Right. You have to choose. And we gave the timeline. I think it was like September 30th through November 5th. And I think we're watching the physical results of that energy that came in through the prediction that we channeled, that it's going to be like a pressure cook. It's going to be this strong sensation like do or die. And that's what we're seeing play out. And I want to make one more shout out because I've been getting tons of teachers calling. Good for you on those who walked out and said no. I've read for a lot of teachers recently, and they're just amazing at doing what's best and being an example, not only for themselves, but for their families, as well as some of the students who don't have a choice because they're too young to choose. So unfortunately, they're at the beck and call of their parents or their guardian to choose for them. So yeah, a shout out to them too. So it's been interesting. It really has been interesting. And I know we're coming to the final end. November 5th was the completion, which equals a 9. Not November 5th equals a 9, but just the completion is a 9. And I think we're going to see some massive changes, not in our favor, the holiday season. And after that is when it's going to be like, all right, it's time we start living this 5D new Nova Earth. And you just got to do it. We just have to. And a lot of the issue is too, I think people don't realize, honestly, that not everybody on this planet has souls. There is a lot of infiltration here. I don't care what you believe in. You know, we're not going to change how we give our work out or our wisdom or our teachings out, but you do have a lot of reptilian infiltration here. There is something called clones, whether you believe it or not. Go down the rabbit hole yourself and find. It's all there. It's all there. It's not hidden by any means. Trust me, they are not hiding it. But you just got to go down the right browser to actually find the information. But this has been going on. This plan has been on for so long that it's actually exhausting to watch when somebody like him and I have known this for 12 years, actually longer, maybe 15 to 20 years. This was all already predicted, written about, planned out years and years and years ago. And it's really sometimes frustrating when we've been sitting on this information for so long to the point where we're not sitting on anything anymore. We're not doing it. We're on a platform called Vimeo where we're not censored. You know, we're in a subscription group because anytime you pay for anything, they can't stop you. And that's something we had to find out, unfortunately, the hard way on our own. Anytime you're on a social media platform for free, they get to do whatever they want. So that's why so many people are silenced and they're getting all pissed and they're getting all aggravated. Well, we get pissed here and there. But at the end of the day, we filter that out and we're always creating new avenues on how to get our messages out there. And we found this amazing platform. Do people have to pay for our work? Yeah, but that's quantum currency. It's an exchange of value for service. And we're not censored. So I feel that a lot of people who are kind of trying to do their work in a way without being shut down, you're going to have to find new platforms that are up and coming that are going to support you and support what you're doing. But unfortunately, you may have to seek some sort of subscription from people who want to learn from you or know your work because they legally cannot do any censoring. They can here and there, but not to the magnitude when you're doing these, you know, what I like to say devil's playground platforms where they're all controlled, AI controlled. Why are we silent during the show? I've never silenced Walker, ever. You have nothing to say?
Well, it's more so along the lines of what we're seeing out. We're not saying that, you know, in order to get the word out, you need a subscription model. That's temporary as of now because so many people are having a voice at this point. So many people are being heard, are activating their throat chakra, are coming from a space of saying no, because so much of what is programmed within the root as far as identity is all about saying yes to even the things that someone doesn't want, because that's the programming.
We're not saying they all need a subscription, but if at least it's a paid platform, they're less likely to get silenced. And that is the way to you have to find ways around the bullshit.
Absolutely. I agree.
So why are you deer in the headlights? Do I have to wake you up?
Zoning out.
Yeah, you're zoning out. It's almost commercial time.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we're going to take some comments here in a minute. So,
well, I'll just keep going if you're not going to say anything.
Go. Keep going.
I don't want to.
Just keep going.
I finished. I finished what I had to say. I have nothing to say the rest of the show.
That's not true.
It's true. I'm not saying anything. I'm done.
You're never a loss for words.
Go. That's bullshit. Bullshit. I call bullshit. I wish we had something.
If you do go on social media and you do look at certain people and certain, I'm speaking now, so why is that still going? If you do take a look at, like, it used to be the sheep just followed the stars, whatever the celebrities say, you just go along with it. I've been noticing from a lot of posts and things of celebrities speaking about something, whatever celebrity is, people have a lot to say about that. Shut your mouth. You're just entertainment. You don't give me your opinion and tell me what you want me to do. You're not a politician. And even if you were, that's why I don't listen to politicians. All of these things. And I saw a post. I'm going to read it for you. It was from Newsmax.
Commercial.
Oh, we got to go in a commercial. Well, I'll read it when I come back.
We're going to read the Newsmax post when we get back from commercial break. Hi, Instagram. We'll be right back. Show where we give you some hot and heated discussions and also get stuck as deer in the headlights. So we are back. Walker got a little hijacked from the Matrix and we glitched a little, but hey, we're back and we're ready to get moving here and then we'll take some questions. But he needs to read something he found on Newsmax. Hit it. What are you reading, by the way? What is it?
It's a report that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has admitting to researching politics amid calls for a possible presidential run. Now, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is loved by a lot of different people.
Correct.
But within the comments, everyone said, hell no. Hell no. No way. I mean, for one, he's the one that pretty much said, well, I've done the research and I got to say this current president, I support him. Okay. Mm-hmm. Do you really have an opinion of your own? It's fine to be enacting and all that stuff, whatever. But they said the polling says that a recent poll showed that nearly 50% of respondents wanted to see him as president of the United States. And I just had to put a little comment in. So I just said, a recent polling showed that 50% of polls were wrong 85% of the time, and statistics showed that 85% of statistics were useless 50% of the time. Unless you change the variables in your favor 85% of the time, then 50% of the polls were statistically correct 85% of the time. Moral of the story, trust people, not polls. And all of the comments in there supported that. All the comments were just saying, no. No, we're just not going to get the next celebrity hype like another Arnold Schwarzenegger for California. We're not going to go buy into the whole star type of thing where this person who's successful at movies and stuff like that is going to be a good candidate for president. No, that's not what we're doing here. Because from a celebrity standpoint, these people are controlled by that establishment. The difference between the previous administration was the person had already made money in real estate and other things outside of the system and also using the system. So they weren't a politician voting for whoever. So I thought that was interesting. And I see a lot of people, even beloved celebrities, just saying, shut the fuck up. You're just a celebrity. You're here to entertain me. Just do that and stop trying to tell me how to think. Tell me what to do. Tell me how to live my life. Tell me what nasty product to put on my body. What was that one guy on Instagram? That one guy who was like, don't listen to them. They're pretty people.
Right.
They're just pretty. If you like looking at pretty people, look at pretty people, but they're just there to be pretty. They're not there to give you I would never base my decisions or my life off what some pretty person tells me.
You shouldn't be basing your decisions on anyone else other than
Absolutely
yourself.
Not.
Only because if you resonate with people's work or whatever they're promoting and it resonates with you, the part about that is to make it your own. It's not about taking them and making them you. It's about taking what's being offered and making it your own. I mean, we're at this stage of the game. You don't know who the fuck to believe. I mean, we have people who don't even believe us. Totally fine.
And people
totally fine. We don't even get upset.
People
about
get
it.
to see the contrast and how the establishment or whatever I don't even know what a government is. Who's the government? What's the government?
I don't know because it doesn't. Government does not exist in my timeline.
Is there a specific person that does it?
It just doesn't. I don't care.
Doesn't make any sense. But we're seeing everyone fighting back against the establishment, not by violence and burning down their city, but by actually saying, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to protest. I'm going to sue. I'm going to go through the legal channels. And we see the demonization of them.
Yeah.
And that means we're winning. Because if they didn't have to go into the media, no one listens to the media anymore. Trust me. The few that are already brain dead. There's no one, and they don't even show their ratings anymore. It's so bad. No one's listening anymore. They needed people to be in that echo chamber, constantly being regurgitating that, oh, right, because he said it must be true. And now I'm going to go tell someone else what he told me to someone else. And I ran into people that go, well, I heard blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Wolf Blitzer said that. Is that where you heard it? And they're like, oh, I can't remember who it was. I was like, do you even think for yourself, or are you just a fucking parrot? Because you just sound like Wolf Blitzer. That's all that's intended to do is this parroting and mimicking of human behavior, but it's all scripted and it's all nonsense. So what you see when you have the media spin, or you have legislative or even intelligence agencies or government bodies or law enforcement that comes out and goes, those teachers, those parents, they're a danger. We're going to put them on a list. We got to put them on a list. That means they're losing.
The people who are pointing out the danger are the danger.
Yes.
They're actually projecting themselves. They're like, oh, they're the danger. No, actually you are.
And this is what we're talking about of the shell chakra, right? The root shell chakra. There is such a shock occurring. We are seeing firsthand narcissistic psychological projection. We are seeing those that say, you're doing this and you're doing that, are actually very guilty. It's a misdirection tool. Don't look at this hand. Check out this hand over here. Yeah. Don't pay attention to me. I'm just fucking you over. But oh, look at this. Brad and Circuses. I got all this. Did you want some more free shit? No. This bill has nothing of that in there. No. Pay attention to this. I'm talking about free shit. Take everything they own. Oh, and I would like to see every single bank account over $600. Right there. Right. Don't tell me. And here's it is. Don't tell me, well, you need to pay your fair share with the IRS. So I need to see, or at least an account that has at least $600 in it. Don't tell me I need to pay my fair share when you're $29 trillion in the hole broke.
Yeah, I want to ask that. This is a good question. Why? How come? Okay, so
why does anybody pay taxes at all?
It's not.
You know, their whole system fell apart if you don't pay your taxes. Like if everybody just decided, you know what?
Just stop paying.
This is the treatment we get for paying our taxes. Wait, they raise our taxes and inflation and everything, and it keeps going up.
But if we all just stop paying,
but we keep, it
would all go away.
The taxes keep going up, but the debt ceiling keeps going up. How are we paying off any debt? Oh, wait, no, that's all on our backs. Okay, fuck you.
When you pay taxes, you're contributing to the debt because they keep spending your money. And you know what's really funny?
With no oversight. Do you know where your taxpayer dollars go?
No.
They don't go to roads. I'll tell you that.
No. Two things I want to say about that, paying the taxes. One, I actually see people who think it's a law. I started laughing. I'm like, do people really not know? It's not voluntary. A law.
It's voluntary.
Taxes is voluntary. Who the fuck told you it's a law? Find me that law, because you won't find it. There is no law.
They want to tax you more and give you less. They want to make more profit off of less supply by raising the taxes and giving you less and keep more of that profit.
So if we all just stop paying taxes, then it goes away. But
it's going to start to happen. Watch. Italy's going to stop. You're going to, all these countries are going to stop. Everybody, all at once.
The whole world would.
We're not saying stop paying your rent or stop paying other people for services. That's not the federal income tax. There was no federal income tax before 1932. There was no federal income tax before 1932. And it was supposed to be temporary.
But people don't know that, and they think it's a law. And
they think it's always been.
It's amazing how much people have the ignorance to not know.
Do you know where any of your tax dollars go?
But wait, I have a question.
Black budget projects? What?
The whole thing about paying taxes, I think this is really funny. Folks, listen. If we have any sort of debt, right? We have these credit scores and they all want to tell us how to spend and what to spend. So if you rack up your credit cards, you have to pay them off.
What's the government's FICO score?
What is their FICO score?
Yeah.
What is the government? I want to see your fucking FICO score, govs. I want to see their FICO score. And how come they don't get to pay all the debt that they incurred from all of our credit and my money?
First of all,
I have to if I don't pay, I have to get hounded and I got to file chapter this and do all this crap. But they get to spend whatever they want and increase their debt to the point of nauseum at trillions of dollars, and they don't have to pay. They
actually just spend more.
They're not held accountable.
They can just print more. But then that devalues the dollar even more because it's not backed by gold. So what does the government produce as a product to make money? Fucking nothing. The government produces nothing. It's not a business. Do you know where the government gets money? You. Everybody that's willing to be like, here, take my money. Do you want to let me know what you're doing with it? Absolutely not. Could you be using it to spy on me? Maybe. It's none of your business. But it's my money. Do your fair share.
Do your homework. Forget the fair share. Do your homework, do the research, and know your rights. Plain and simple. Because if you did,
here's the
half
people.
This shit would stop.
Here's the IRS. Pay your fair share. Oh God, they're gonna get us. If one person says, I'm not doing that, I'm not gonna, they'll attack them. But like people were saying, oh, really? They can't arrest us all.
No, they can't.
Their system falls apart so fast. If you had an alien race that flies by this place and goes, ooh, look at all those 99% slaves. They must want to be slaves because look at them. They're giving them all the money to enslave them. Mm-hmm. That's so crazy. They don't want to be saved. Move on.
Yep.
Yeah. Where is the audit of government officials? Where's the audit of your tax dollars? Where's the audit of black budget projects? Where is the audit of big tech and all of the little freebies that government gives to these corporations, these corporatocracies?
I want to see the world budget.
Yeah.
You know how we have to produce a budget and do all these things at the end of the year. Where's their budget?
No, there's none of that.
I don't see any.
And the government's not a business, runs off the people. So you are the resource that the government runs off of.
Yeah, so we keep contributing. We're actually part of the problem because we keep contributing.
True. So we're seeing, and you watch, mark my words, people in many countries are going to say the hell with fucking taxes. They're not going to do it because why?
Well, it's always
they do their fair share
for us. Yeah.
And then what? Well, we're experiencing a shortage, so we're going to need to raise taxes. That's all they know how to do, because they only know how to take more money from you when they haven't been fiscally responsible with the money that you've given them so far. So this is the root chakra. This is where identity, people start to say, I want no part of this. I don't want to be anywhere near this. And we will all decide, it will happen like a consciousness wave. Wait a second. And there will be some information about where the tax-paying money's going.
That will chakra anybody.
That will shock the world.
That will chakra you right the fuck out. I'll just say $150 billion industry called sex trafficking and human trafficking didn't reach $150 billion by design.
No.
And yes, it's a $150 billion industry.
Yes, it is. That's an organization. That's an organized crime syndicate run by the very thing that's supposed to be protecting from that happening. So all of these things coming out, you're looking at these massive shocks for those that are individually dealing with their identity crisis, that they're claiming their sovereignty. The more they claim their sovereignty, the more that they're realizing this thing needs them more than they need it. They are sovereign. And as they're moving past that point, they're moving out of that, they're going to start to see in others, oh, yep, their root chakra is being hit. Their root chakra is being hit. Ooh, that whole city's their root chakra. And then doing one's own individual shadow work, self-love, clearing out all that junk, because we're seeing it on a global scale, then you're going to be able to observe it from a different perspective where you're not necessarily in it. A lot of those like ourselves that been doing this for 15 years and no one, not no one, but there were very few ears that wanted to hear what I had to say, to the point of being called crazy, a lunatic.
You're not cray-cray.
Devil
just
worshiper.
Just when you got glitched. Devil worshiper.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Doing the devil's work. Oh, yeah.
The hell?
All that. Trying to tell people, especially back then, that their government was not for them, that it was actually working against them. There was this energy of patriotism, this false patriotism, that the government could do no wrong instead of their patriotism and their patriotic duty to their country instead of to their government. They held that flag high as if that flag was a representation of their country, but it had become a representation of their government, that they're supposed to, oh, if you say anything against your government, then that's a seditious conspiracy. But the very ones that are committing the acts against the people, we the people, are the one that are actually in seditious conspiracy.
It's crimes against humanity.
That is what it is.
And if you do your research and go down the rabbit hole, this has been going on for over 250 years.
And we're seeing the powder keg.
And now it's coming to a head.
Because the energy as a collective must be cleared out, both individually and collectively.
Yeah.
And you're going to see people losing their fucking minds.
The dome is collapsing.
You're going to see people losing their minds. And so what we have now is those powers that are artificially trying to stay in place by taking more and more and more and more and more and more and more.
Oh, well, we're seeing that now. They're taking more and more.
At what point?
And I said no.
At what point?
I said no.
Does a state lose control of their state and is taken over by the military if they cannot control crime, if they can't control? That's coming.
Yes, I know.
That's coming.
I know. Of course it happens. You know, there was always that running joke that oh, this doesn't, Europe's ahead of us in this, Europe's ahead of us, Europe's ahead of us. Man, they are ahead of us because we're still sitting around talking about it and not actively doing it. We are. We in our timeline, none of this bullshit exists. We've already said no. We've already taken the stance.
And that's the root clearing. That root chakra
We've
clearing.
already cleared it.
That's when we can observe others and we're like, oh, they're going through all that stuff. And it's like, God, I want to assist, but it's like they have to do their own work, just like we had to do our own work. We're not saying can't assist them in doing it, but we can't do it for them. No one can do this for you. No one can declare your sovereignty for you.
No.
People can be like, you're sovereign, go be sovereign, but they can't declare that for you. You have to declare that for yourself. And we're looking at it. And the reason Europe and all these other countries are ahead is because they've been far more oppressed than we have. In fact, they're so far down the line because they had all their Second Amendment rights taken away. We're still here.
Is that what it's
at that cusp.
I hope not.
To some degree.
We've already had 3 of our rights taken away. We're going to do more. How much more are we going to do? We're going to dismantle the whole Constitution? Give me a break.
You can't, as long as there are sovereign beings that are aware of what's at stake, you can never, ever destroy the idea of the United States, which is based off the Constitution, which is a living document.
A living. Make sure you say
you are the living document.
It's a living document.
You are the living
humanity.
Constitution. You are the living Constitution. It is only on paper to declare what is actually an inalienable rights, meaning they cannot be alienated from you. They are God-given. Now you know. And
George Washington knew of the alien infiltration known as the Illuminati, which is the whole reason why he put the original documentation together, which is why it's called inalienable.
Well, we think he had some
rights.
Assistance, maybe a little bit of help.
From the galactic. But he knew of the Illuminati, and that's the whole point of the Constitution. A living.
Exactly. You want to take some comments?
Sure. Hi,
Instagram. Any questions?
Go into the chat room.
Okay.
Let's go in the chat room.
Shock, rah, rah, rah. Shock, rah, rah, rah.
Shock, rah, rah, rah. Oh, we should have done a little song thing. We'll do it for next time. All right, questions?
Let's see. You're going to watch people that collectively are all going to say all at once, why are we even giving them any money? They're not protecting us. They're firing all of our police.
I've said it for years.
Why are you paying your taxes if they fire all the police, if they don't do what they want them to do? Okay, wait a second. I would rather go and find all those police officers and say, we'll put together a fund for you. Now you can come be a private security for the rest of the neighborhood and fuck the government. How about that? This is where what we call these neo systems are being put in place. The Nova Earth Order. The Nova Earth Order is the natural order. This is the natural co-creative universal law, which is called common law or God's law. That's what's coming into place. And sovereignty, other sovereigns, beings, are held in the highest regard to their sovereignty.
All right. So say hi a little bit, and then I have an announcement about solation, and then we can move forward. You believe it's almost a full hour. Our time is almost up. All right. What do you want? Which one? I can't see this far. I don't have my glasses.
I'm not going to repeat what she said because that doesn't need to be vocalized. Good for you, though. Don't.
What?
Right there. Oregon Farm Girl. I'm not going to repeat that.
Yeah. Good one, Oregon Farm Girl. Good one.
Nicole H. said, if you live in Chicago, be careful this weekend. Yeah. Imagine it will be a bloodbath.
So, yeah, that's kind of what I was saying, Nicole, earlier. It's like we're in it. We're real people with the real situation. So we have a right to have the opinion of truth because we're in it. We're not hiding behind the media. We're in the bullshit here. And when you're in bed with Biden, like I said earlier, everything's about to go down. And yeah, It's
Are you BWB?
BWB.
Was it IWB? In bed with Biden. In bed.
Yeah.
Let's go, Brandon.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's go, Brandon.
Yep. Be careful, Sandy and Sia, going downtown.
I would just take a vacation, take a day off.
Yeah.
Maybe just work
enjoy.
from home. That's a good idea. I work from home.
Hi, Niall. Niall's back. What's up, Nye? Nye. All right. We got a lot of people here.
I know. We got anybody talking on Instagram? Anybody?
Yeah,
Any
a
questions?
few, but look at the clock. It's like, I don't know about you, but I can't slow down
I don't think the
time.
suburbs is too much of an issue from what I'm seeing. I think the city's going to get hit.
It's the city.
Hard.
It's the city, the actual hub.
And you're going to watch the mayor, her tail between her legs. So. And it's not a furry tail. It's a rather pointy.
Yep.
All
right. Well, here's what is that okay? Can I I'm so excited to share
said hi. Hi.
Hi, Apple. All right. So Solation.
Yeah.
My Solation subscription channel, $11.11 a month.
45 years of psychic medium content, people. No one's offering that.
No. And so
Let
here's
alone
what
for
you're
11,
getting
11.
If you pre-order by midnight tonight, because we launch tomorrow. Tomorrow you're getting 3 bonus videos of how to connect. Then you're also getting 2 videos because I am doing my book in video series format to teach you how to become an intuitive empath, how to harness your gifts, how to unveil your intuition, how to become a psychic medium, how to channel your spirit guides, how to connect with your loved ones, all in the video book format on Vimeo subscription.
And people really need some intuition right now.
I think they're going to love it.
Their own intuition is so important right now.
And all my meditations are brand spanking new for the 5D New Nova Earth. So no old meditations are coming back.
They're called
birthright activations. So you're getting that as well. And everyone who pre-orders by midnight tonight are going to get my new ebook that's releasing Monday called Quantum Wealth. And it's from shifting the mindset from 3D to 5D in terms of quantum living.
And that will be available at a later date for sale.
But
they are getting it absolutely free.
Yes.
And I'm taking a look at this book. It's legit.
It's how we live our life.
It's
so
legit.
I think people
And I'm not
should
saying
know.
that because I'm our partner, because it's like, what do you want me to say? You want me to say something differently? Or do you like what I'm saying? I'm saying it because I took a look at it and it's legit.
Thank you. So I'm really excited to bring it back. So once we get through the book series, whoever has my book, you can use it alongside the video series, but I have a lot of new stuff that is not in the book.
Updated and upgraded.
Upgraded, that's coming. And then we're going to be getting into remote viewing and psychic work and all kinds of stuff. And I'm going to be bringing you real cases to work on with me through the Solation group. So we're going to be doing some other surprises where you're actually going to get to practice on real people. So that's all I'm telling you. The rest is a surprise. Head over to Solation, vimeo.com/on-demand/Solation. However, the predictions will not be in Solation. All the work we're doing in the tribe, writing our book about the tribe of Eden, you're getting the video book. You're already getting it before it goes to print because we're doing it in video format. All of our bonuses with light codes and anything with alien species and your true soul origination and mission is in the tribe. The predictions are in the tribe because Solation has nothing to do with the galactic. It is 2 separate energies. It's 2 forms of teaching. It's actually 2 different conscious levels. So they can't blend together because those in the tribe are already in what I call an advanced level.
And this is her shit. The tribe is the both of us. This is all her own stuff. This is long before I showed up. I mean, you should see the upgrades of all of this stuff that is being pulled from, I mean, I counted 30 notebooks and I kind of lost count. There is 30. So much wealth of information from 5+ years back of actual like things that have never been released to the public, and being in a part of like the creation process of these videos and editing and things. I've got to see, because I own her book and I bought the book back before we were even together, I'm getting to see how this is a more compartmentalized version of the book where there's so much more detail brought to it, as well as the ability to just eat it in little bite-sized pieces. And I think the video part of that delivers it so much better than the book, because the book can be like, okay, yeah, I get in, gloss over something. But when someone's talking to you, the author of the book is going through it with you and explaining and expanding on things, especially from the feedback you've gotten from the book over the years. Since it was released, a lot of people are like, well, yeah, I'm doing this, but I'm having a real hard time with this particular area. That this level of in-depth connection with, and it's interesting because the upgraded stuff is actually some of the old stuff brought into it as well. I mean, there's so much content, so much stuff.
I had a stack of notebooks like
that's why it's so important that it's bite size.
Yes. So thank you. That was so sweet.
No, I love it.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
I'm going to join.
You're already, already in it.
I'm
doing all the videos for me.
Because for you to have done this for so long, I mean, the notebooks, God, the notes and notes and notes that I'm just like.
I have notes and flash drives of content that I've been writing for over 15 years.
The physical books that she has of these notes, there's like at least 40 programs in there. And so I was like, what are you going to do? And she's like, oh, I think I'm just going to do this and put it up in here and then do this and offer that. I said, what if you just put it into one thing?
Solation.
And we know times are tough right now. We know a lot of people are standing up and losing their jobs and stuff like that. So I said, what do you want to do? She's like 1111 vibration, because that's the awakening. And I said, oh, people are going to eat that up. And this is for 3D to 5D people, right? 3D people that are waking up, not, from what we say from the tribe, that's more of a kind of like, oh, I just kind of woke up and, we're not here to wake anybody up, right? I feel like this stuff is just kind of, your solation stuff is just kind of meet you where the person's at.
It meets them where you're at.
Because it's unveiling their own intuition. Exactly. I love it.
So thank you for that. I love that. I appreciate it. Well,
you deserve all of that.
Thank you. Well, I'm glad we got to talk about it at the end of the show.
Do it. I'm doing it.
I know that's going to be fun.
It is.
But you're so far advanced, so it'll be like, it might be boring for you. But either way, so
it's all these different perspectives. It doesn't matter where the advancement is. All the different perspectives of everyone has a piece of the puzzle. Yeah. They all have their inner piece, right? Sure. They find their inner piece and then they're able to present that. I love seeing all the different perspectives and things that different ways of looking at things and going, oh, I never thought of it that way. I mean, back when I was writing my big old workout program and it was 119 pages and I showed it, I had people buying it and they're like, I'm like, I didn't see you start yet. Or how's everything going? They're like, it's a little lengthy. There's a lot of big words. And I'm like, it's, it's got your typical science,
you're like a supercomputer.
Jargon and word salads, And I remember the person going, what's a chest press? And I was like, oh, I'm talking about all the different things with physiology.
Because the supercomputer talks about it.
And they don't know what a chest press is. I guess I should do a video. That. I broke it down into 4 pages. Yeah. Here's what you need to know, as if it were Barney style. So I always find it absolutely fascinating to see where different people's perspectives are. Because if someone says, oh, well, they're not as advanced, sometimes simplicity shows you the biggest and most valuable treasures in the universe.
Love that. All right. Well, Thank you for joining us. This is the end of the show. We'll see you next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We love you all and have a badass night.
Take care.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye.